everyone and welcome back. Angela here again. Lovely to have you spend some time with me here with a little video again today. So I hope you're excited. It's the last opportunity today to get a journal or a bag or something from my website shop. So it would have just gone live as I've posted this video. So you can always pause this and come back. So just pop over there if you wanted something. Right, I'm going to be doing an autumn only insert today, and I thought I'd take you along for the ride. So come and join me as we put this together. So I've got my autumn signature here. Again, it's looking quite full already, so there's not much more to do. And we are going to be looking at an insert for this bit over here. All right, so I've got a bit of I think this is an avocado paper. It could be a mix between avo and tea. You know, at the end I was doing all sorts. I'm going to just take this page out. So a tea stain page would work as well. All right, so let me just put this to the side over here. And I'll give you some details about what I did with this one. So a full sheet of paper, whether that's US or A4, it doesn't matter. I have folded over 2.5 inches, so 2.5 inches, I think that's 6 centimeters I've folded over on that side, so it's just 6 centimeters, very little. All right, and then on the other side here I have folded over 3 3/4 inches, and that is just short of 9.5 centimeters. Okay, so you've got a fold over there, you've got your middle bit, and you've got this bit over there. All right, I think those two are the best to give you. This bit can vary, and that's okay, but so can this. So if you're doing a US letter size, you've got 3/4 of an inch. You might want to take 1/4 of an inch off here and maybe 1/2 inch off the middle bit. All right, but it's not a crucial bit. When you see how it all comes together, you'll be able to make the call. I would keep this bit as it is though. All right, so keep that the 6 centimeters or 2.5 inches. Right, we are going to decorate, excuse me, everything here. So I'm going to start off by doing this bit, but on the right side. All right, now that will fold over and make a pocket there. That's going to go where your signature is sewn into your journal cover, so that will be there, and we've got that middle bit at the back, and that's where I want to start off first of all. All right, so I'm going to grab a piece of paper, a spare piece of paper, and I'm going to do some stamping here quickly, really quickly, mostly for this top half of the page here, just random. And again, I'm going to be using my pressed foliage Stampers Anonymous stamps. Use what you have, guys. This is just the one I have, so I'm using it quite a lot. Now I'm just going to use 2 colors here, because the colors that are on this piece of the page are really these shades here. So I'm not putting any orange into it. All right, those are just some of the ephemera bits. Okay, so I've got the aged mahogany and the bundled sage, and I'm going to just use a couple of those. So I want to just grab, I always tend to go for this leaf. I love this leaf, it's really lovely. Okay, so I'm going to go, be brave. We're going to put the aged mahogany distress ink on here, and as I say, I'm only going to do the top half. You'll see why. Right, so I'm going to go with this bit just on the corner there, like that. And then what else do I want to do? We'll take, I love this leaf as well, it's like an oak leaf, I do love it. And let's put some on there. So we'll put the green on this one, and we'll have that over there, and probably just one other. Isn't that pretty? I do love the stamping. I'm a bit addictive. I clean those at the end, so I'm not going to worry myself. Right, I'll take this one now. One more bit of the aged. Okay, and we'll put that just over here. Right, Is that it? Yeah, I suppose I've got to do a bit of a green now. I always end up doing more than I intend, don't I? It's a bit addictive. It's a bit addictive. So let's go with this one, this way. No, this way. Okay. Oh gosh, can't be very decisive today. All right, there we go. That's enough. I'm stopping because I'll just carry on all day long. Once you get going, you don't want to stop. Okay, so we'll move those out of the way and give them a clean a little later. It's easy to clean these, just with a wet wipe, run it over the top, and there you go. Right, so move that out the way. Now, what I want to do for the rest of this is I'm going to use a bit of fabric. All right, so let me grab it here. I've got this little piece of fabric that I had. It's very fine. This is Liberty of London, and I just had a small amount. So what I've done is I've measured out a piece that covers the whole area here. All right, so you can see the whole area here. And what I've then done is I've folded a 1/2 inch in on each side, like that, just to give it a border. Now you don't have to fold it over. Another suggestion would be is that you leave it flat and you just fray the edges, and that would work as well. But I'm going for a this type of a look, so I have ironed this just to aid me. And you know, you can't be fighting with these things when you're recording, so I'm just going to put on my little quilting clips onto the corners, and I am going to sew this, but you can glue it. That is fine. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up sewing this, so all around you can see I have put on these little clips. Once you've got that folded in, you can see that that's going to be about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, there or thereabouts, in from the edge of the page. All right, so that's what we're going for. And then, just to make my life more difficult, I decided I wanted to take one of my little pockets, and this one went perfectly, so I've just scored and folded over the little edges, and I'm going to lie this on top here. Now I'm going to make it pretty close here because I'm going to stitch along here and at the same time stitch this in place. You can glue it as well. All right, what I'm going to do ever so quickly is I'm going to sew across there and then just sew all the way around, so like a square, making sure that I catch the edge of that little pocket there, so we've got like a double pocket there. All right, I'm also, and why I'm showing you this first is I'm going to be very brave and I'm going to sew it right through the page before I do anything else. All right, that's the point of this bit here. Okay, so quite a lot to do. What you could do is, just to make it a little bit easier, and let's just try this, you could put a very little bit of glue, let's move that out the way, on these if you wanted to, and allow it to dry. So for example, very fine amount like we did when we were doing the netting. So if you want to, just to keep it flat, which might make it easier to stitch. So I'm putting extremely little amounts on here, but it's just going to hold it instead of your clips. And then you can go around and do that if that helps you. All right, so let me go and do that. I will show you how it looks once I've stitched it all on. Fingers crossed that I don't have to redo this. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky. If you're not comfortable doing this, I'd use glue and not sew at all. All right, so there's some choices. Okay, so I got so focused on sewing this neatly, which is not a requirement either, that I forgot to put it onto the paper. So here we are. So I thought, should I just go over it again? No, I'm not. I'm going to just take my glue, and probably easier to do it like this as well. That's the top there. We want to just get some glue and get it onto the side. Bit of the pocket there, unglued. All right, so we've got that done, so we can now pick that up. I have got this big tag that I want to put in the back, so I'm just gauging that it doesn't extend too far there. So that's fine. I know now where I need to be with this. And now I'm going to just lie this at the bottom of the page here like that. And then just pull it so it's a little bit flatter. Okay, that was probably easier to do. Okay. I can't believe I forgot to do that. I'm laughing at myself here. Gosh. Right, that's the difficult part done. That's the worst bit, really. And the good news is we don't have anything showing through there. Not that we would have really, because that bit is going to come down eventually. Right, so let's leave that bit to do its drying. We'll get back to filling in with the ephemera and stuff at the end. There's only a couple of bits I want to add on here first, though. I've got a little bit of lace and another piece over here. So that I'm going to just decorate over here. So let's get that on. And love this crocheted lace. So that's going to go across there like that. And just give it a nice girly look. And then I'm going to take my scissors. Alright, so we've got that there. And then you don't have to do this. I'm just taking some more vine. I'm just seeing which is the right side. I think that is. And this one I'm going to measure before I stick it on. So yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit off this end here. And that should be better and fit across there. Right. Little bits to put on the pocket, and then I can carry on there. So I've got that on, and that's just looking lovely. I really like that. And then I've got 2 little die cuts. I'm going to just add on to the pocket here just to make it pop. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue for that, I think. And I'm just going to put this over here like that. And I don't mind that it's going to go onto the page a bit. I like that kind of thing. And then I've got this tiny one that I'm going to just put over there like that. So let me do that quickly. Okay, so there's everything as we have it so far. So our lace and everything, and that looks lovely. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next bit. I'm going to just open that up like that. That will remain folded, but I'm going to just go on and finish this side. Now, what I'm going to do on this side is make some little pockety goodies. And just because this is quite a thin sheet of paper, I wanted a bit of a background. So I'm adding another piece over here that's going to fit on to this, just like that. Okay. So let's get that glued down. Now, you can sew around this if you want to. It's really up to you. Let's have a little think. Do I want to do that or not? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that just for this piece. But guys, you really don't have to. This is just me being me. You know, not everybody has this is me doing the alignment on my computer. And as you know, I save all the paper because I'm not throwing it away. You can always, you know, use it for some other printing purpose. Because I'm going to sew, I'm just using my glue stick, and the paper weight that I use is 160 GSM, and I use that really good quality color lock paper. So as you know, right, so we will sew this on once I'm finished so that I can sew it across there like that. All right, but you can use glue. Now, what I've decided to do here is a couple of things. The first is I've got a little card from my ephemera pack that I'm going to put just at the top there like that. All right, so I'm just going to stick that down. So that's the first thing. And then we're going to add some other little elements here. This is going to be the flap for a little tuck spot. So I'm just moving this a little bit further down. We'll just get that in place like that. Okay, love the pomegranates. All right, now what I've done is I've made myself a little pocket. I have sized it from a mini pocket, but really I'll just tell you how you do this. You've seen me do this many times. Cut your rectangle so the size of the pocket plus a 1/2 inch, and then just score those bits and cut out the corners. That's as simple as that. All right, if you're not confident, you can just take the mini pocket from the mini journal, any mini journal, and put that on there, because that is what I effectively did. And I'm going to stick this just over here like that. All right, so very easy for this bit. And then you don't even have to have these flaps. If you want to just put a rectangle, cut a rectangle out and glue the 3 sides, that's going to work as well. So, you know, there are simple ways to do all of this. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put a little sentiment on here, and then this page is pretty much done. So it looked like the world was covered in a cobbler crust of brown sugar and cinnamon. Sarah Addison Allen. I love that quote, and my visual mind is just imagining all of that, like apple crumble, you know. Oh my gosh, just amazing. And it's just the weather for it, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to just put this over here. That's just going to finish that off. We are going to put 2 bits of ephemera in here. I think I've got these 2, which I've just distressed and covered. So those will end up going in there. But what I want to do quickly is just stitch this in place. I wonder if I should do it now. Possibly do it at the end. All right, so I'll come back to that. This is going to be like this. So I'm not going to stick it down quite yet. I'm going to get to this piece now, which is the last piece to do. So let's grab that little piece of paper again. You can use any one of your pieces of paper, you know, and because you're going to use it in a different way, no one's going to know that there's ink on the back. You don't need to go and ruin a good piece of paper. So that's my comment there. 1 or 2 of these again, and I want to just put some green, just green. So let's go with the fat green one, which is my fave. Actually, let's go with the yoke leaf. And I'm going to put it on this side. Okay, got to get my wits about me here. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over. We're just going to put, I like it a bit off the page, if I'm honest, like that. And just at the top and the bottom, really, that's it. And we'll do this one the other way. Okay, there we go. So that looks great. And don't forget, you can stencil as well. You know, you can use these stencils. So you don't have to have both either. You know, it's either. And you can stencil along here as well. But because I've got the stamps out, I'm going with the stamps. Now on this side, again, I'm going to use the same stamp. And I'm going to just do the same here as well. So with the green. Right. I've got that there. I've finished with that. I've got to get my act together. Right. Do you remember the other week we made these? So it was the first Let's Start Our Autumn Journal video. It's in the playlist for the Autumn Whispers journal. We made these. Now I'm going to use this today for this over here. So what I'm going to do is I want to stick this down on here. All right, so if you haven't made one of these and you want to, I gave you quite a lot of options on ways you could do this. You don't have to use leaves. You can use silk leaves. You can use, you know, cutouts. If you go and have a look at that video, I give you quite a few options. I really do. So go and have a look if you're needing to make one of these. And the base of this is book pages and recycled packaging. So I put glue all over here, but that's all right. Okay, now I want it on this side. So I'm going to have to hold it up so I don't get it down. I'm going to get this stuck over sort of like this. Okay, and then I'm going to just move it over like that. Just move that so it's not on that bit there, and then hopefully get it straight. So I'm just checking the base here, and luckily with the fabric tack you've got time. All right, so we've got all of that there, and I'm going to just top this up with a little bit more glue because we're going to put something on the top here now. So I'm just making sure I've got plenty of it there. Okay, and then what I've done is I've taken, this is from the large page, I've taken this as a background and I measured the background, the length of the tag here. All right, so it's the full length, and then I measured it, the width and slightly longer to this piece here. So this piece is 4 inches wide, and the length of the tag that you've made, whatever that will be different for different people. I just need to put some glue on this side now of it. You can see I joined a piece here because I'd made the top and the bottom not quite equilateral. So I had to do, I don't think that's for triangles, but you know, they weren't even. That's the base of it, the reality of it. So the base of the purpose of my story. So I hadn't got that quite right, but it's not quite right now. But anyway, right now you want to stick that over there, you want to stick that over there, and then you want to let it drop over there like that, and then just turn it around, make sure that you've got it lined up there, and then just press it through like that. Okay, isn't that pretty? Right, so now you won't have this stuck in a pocket. You can have it visible every time you turn that little page. Isn't that amazing? I do like it. Right, now we can go and stitch this. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch around this edge here quickly, but I'm not going to stitch it to the page. I don't want it to come out halfway over the page there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stitch this section here, and then I'm going to stick it down. So let me go do that, and then we can finish this off. So here you can see I have just stitched around there, and it's not a must, guys. Just use a better glue than a glue stick. We have now got to just close our little bits here. I mean, you don't have to, but I want it to be a tuck spot for things, so I'm just putting some glue at the top there and at the top here, or the bottom. Put on your little clips, just keep it closed for a few secs, and on that side. And then that looks lovely, isn't it lovely? I do like that. I didn't want to stick that into a pocket and then you can see it as much as you can now. So while we're waiting for that, let's turn to this side, which looks lovely. I've got my big tag, as I said, that's going to go into the top there. So that's going in there, perfect. And then I've got these 2 little bits of ephemera, and these come from my ephemera pack. The tags come from my add-on, Autumn Whispers add-on kit and ephemera. Alright, so I'm going to put these 2 in here. I think this one I'll put there, and this little one as well. So we've got 2. There we go. Those there. And then on this side, I have just got 2 little cards. This is just a visual. And then I've got these 2 little cards that I'm going to just put in over here like that. There we go. And then that's now ready to go into our journal. So got my journal on the side here. And we can take off these little pegs. Okay, so this is now ready to go into this bit here. I'm just lining it up with the fold lines, so that's there like that. My hands are so cold, I can't feel things. Right, so let's just check that's how it is. Yes. So that's going to go there, and then this bit's going to go on top like that. So if you're wanting to tuck any ephemera or bits in there, you can do, and I'm not going to do it at this moment. Then we've got that lovely bit that's going to go opposite this page over here like that. And then when you turn it over the other way, you've got this lovely piece just over here with the leaves. All right, so that's what we've done today. So let me just move that out so you can see it again. And I love how that one's come together. Now I'm going to do a version of this for the Christmas journal, slightly different, on Sunday. So be sure to have a look for that, and we'll put one into our Christmas journal as well. I love the little stamp speaking through, and I love the stamp usage in this whole journal, which I haven't done as much of before. So yeah. Right, so guys, thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Take good care of yourselves. Stay warm if you're in the northern hemisphere, and please stay warm. I hope you're having a wonderful time down in the southern hemisphere. We are jealous of your lovely temperatures, but at the moment, yeah, I'm worried about everybody who's not well. Please take good care of yourselves. I'm sending you a big Christmas hug and lots of love. All right. And guys, last minute, if your post hasn't arrived yet, your parcel hasn't arrived yet from me, please be patient. We have had terrible strikes with Royal Mail, but I do see that they are starting to come through overseas now. All right, so you should start to receive it in the next couple of days. So please just bear with me on that one. Okay, as I said, there are the journals and the bags in the shop as we speak, so go and grab yourself one if you were after one. I will try and get some more bags together in the early part of next year. All right, so there will be more on offer, I hope. All right, stay safe, as I said, and I'll see you again on Sunday. Have a great weekend. Bye.